I got a quick question. There was something, and I'm gonna ask something that you had mentioned earlier. So you said that um young people should jump from job to job to find happiness.
Not what I said. I said that the difference, when I was going off of piggybacking off of what Allie was stating, I said
Hmm.
our parents would stick with one job for 20, 30, 40 years. And we learned from them, and they would most likely be miserable, that we would never do that. So we, as millennials, tend to jump around until we find something that we feel fulfills us instead of just sticking with one job. I never said that you should jump around from job to job to
Okay.
find your happiness, but that's what we as millennials do, because as generations continue, we continuously change, based off of the perception that we receive from the generation before us and where we feel that they messed up. So
I,
you worked yourself to death. I'm not going to do that with a company that doesn't appreciate me. So I
well,
will leave.
I think that promotes instability though.
It
Uh,
doesn't. I
uh,
think it promotes mental health awareness, clarity, and understanding your value as a person. Because let's be honest, just like that lady at that bank, I can't remember where she worked, who died at her desk and nobody knew that she was dead for, I think, what, a few hours or a few days or something. Like, she was there
yeah,
for a
like
Like
minute.
5 days.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
a couple
5 days.
days.
Nobody knew that she was
Four
dead.
days.
4 days. Nobody knew she was dead in that building sitting at her desk. You hold no real value to a company other than what you can bring them. So if that company is not able to give you back something, whether it's, time off, great benefits, great pay, fulfilling work, whatever that is for you, then you have every right to move around. And I'm not saying just continuously jump from here to there and don't have a plan. No, stay at that job, apply for other jobs on Indeed, go ahead and interview, get the job, and quit and move on.
Yeah,
So
I think I think that that really promotes instability. That promotes.
No.
Uh,
I disagree.
how?
Depending
I,
on the age you're doing it at, I think so.
no, no,
When
no.
you're young, why? How does
Nah,
that
I think
promote
when you're young, you
instability?
want
especially
that
especially
experience.
when you're young.
I disagree because I agree with Ty. I I've been
Come
in
on now.
HR for 13 years, right? I'm in leadership
Hey,
HR,
like,
right?
ladies,
And I tell
ladies.
my
Can we get
employees,
can,
No,
can
he.
my man get a full thought out though, ladies? Ladies,
I
can
had
we get a
to
full
fire
thought out?
somebody on Christmas. Somebody died. I
Hey,
posted their job the
Asia,
same
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Mm-hmm.
me? Can you hear me, man? Can you hear me? Can he
day.
finish getting a full thought? Now we try to be respectful to you ladies
Right.
and allow you ladies to get your full thought outs. Can he get his full thought out? Can we
Sorry,
do
go
that,
ahead.
man? Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's awfully nice of
Thank,
you.
thank you, brother Hank. You're a
Right
solid
on.
man for that.
Right on.
All right, but yeah,
Shout out to the Kings. Shout out to the Short Kings.
He was for you and was shady all in the same sentence. That's wild.
hey, but yeah, no, I definitely understand what you guys are saying, but I feel like with this generation and what it is that we're seeing that they're doing, especially with the generation to come, the Gen Z or whatever, I think that that's a terrible message to be giving them, because nobody is going to be consistent and stick with one thing. It's constantly jumping to one thing to another. Uh, I'm pretty sure that if they do that with their jobs, they're probably going to do that in relationships. So I think that that's a very um, poor message to tell the next generation to do. The other part of it as well, most people, all they are workers. I feel like we've convinced people that everyone should be entrepreneurs, but everyone is not an entrepreneur. That's not built for everyone. Everyone is not a servant. If you're an entrepreneur, you have to be a servant. And a lot of people are jumping into that because they hear people say, "Oh, be your own boss" and all this other shit. and they go and fuck up, you know what I'm saying, the whatever industry that it is that they're in. So I think that that's kind of a dangerous message to be giving people in a general sense.
I think if you're in, I think if you're in the same career field and you're bouncing around, I think it's okay. But I think if you're bouncing around in different career paths or trying different careers, that can be a little unstable. But I think if you don't move around, you're limiting yourself too. So in this day and age,
Well,
maybe 20 years ago, staying in this at the same job was cool, but it's a different day now. So
why not just grow in that company?
Because you don't
that's
like
not what's
it.
working for that person.
You
So
don't
people
want
have to do what works for them.
Well, I'm
But
saying
I think that's where the
why work a job?
discrepancy is.
Why work a job that you don't like? That doesn't make sense.
That's
People
why
do
they're
it
finding
every
another
single
one.
day, though. People do it every single day
What
because
if
they're
you don't know you
trying to
like it? You don't
survive.
like it until you work.
Right. You have to start it first, and then you may
So
realize that it doesn't work for you. So then you quit or decide to get a different job and you try something else out. I feel like it's better for you to do that when you are younger rather than doing that when you're older, because then you'll get to a place and you'll understand what your actual skills are, what you're good at, what's actually your passion. Everybody doesn't automatically know that. And like you stated, everybody is not meant to be an entrepreneur. And that's not even what I was saying or going with it. I'm talking about just in regular jobs in corporate America, blue collar positions. You have to figure out what's going to work for you and what's going to fulfill you the most in order to even stay at a job for years and years and years. If not, it'll be draining you of your life and you will die way before your time.
I don't necessarily disagree with the sentiment that you're sharing, because I reflect on my own. I started in architecture, then I went to, mill shop, and then I went to a roofing company, and then I got my way back into architecture and I started back to design. But everything was in the parallel of the same industry, so I learned things that pulled in different directions that aid me in my growth in my particular industry, right? And I think if people are doing that, then that is okay. I think expanding and being in cross pollinating in terms of different sectors, right? That is very helpful to make you grow, because employers will see that. They're like, oh, wow, like, he brought these skills and these, abilities and these trainings from over here that also aid him in this career in our business. So they see that. And I'm not against that. I, the thing that I wonder, and the thing that I wonder and I want to ask is, do you care more about the work that you do, or do you care more about the environment? Because I tend to hear more often than not that people care more about the company and all these other things. And there's people who care about the work. I love the work that I do because I know I am serving young kids. I am serving a community, right? I am problem solving, and I'm bringing tangible solutions. And I'm not going to lie to you, ladies, sometimes it's fucking stressful. But at the end of the day, when you see those young kids go through that school for the first time, that is freaking priceless. You have no clue until you're in that situation. So you're going to work is work, life is life. You're gonna have highs and lows, and you're not gonna agree like working with certain people. I certainly don't at times. We're messy individuals who are sometimes very difficult to work with or get along. But you gotta work through that and find a niche that works best for you, that you actually love the work. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that you produce. Are you?